Dora was a person first who loved what she was doing, her work in the home, which she did at a professional level, serving the others, not thinking of herself. I think that was one of the biggest things. My first impressions when I first saw her, she was just one more. She was there with everybody else in her uniform. She was just coming down to her breakfast that day before starting work. And I just thought she was a little old lady. I worked a lot with her, more when I was in the dishwasher, because in the college there was 180 people. So of course the amount of dishes was quite a lot. So I was often in the washing up area, and one of her jobs in the morning was to dry all the cutlery, sort it all and put it into its appropriate containers. She was amazing. Like, the way she worked, she was just quietly there doing her job, but everything had to be in its place. She knew where everything had to go. She was very ordered. She was very demanding professionally, because she was the best in her profession. Because it's the hospitality industry, so of course she had worked in the industry for I don't know how many years, since she was young, since she was like 20. So the experience she had was beyond what any of us had, so of course we learned so much just working with her. Wow, she can teach a lot. And she was teaching us how to put such love and affection into the work for when you have a college of so many people, because of course in your home, when you're just so few, maybe it's a bit easier. So she actually had a bigger job than most, because to make it home for all those people, and at the same time she was teaching us how to do that with the work that we were doing. And she always put such affection and love into her work, and she would always think of the people that she was actually working for. Like, she would do it for them, but then she also worked with a higher intention, and that was like God was very much part of her life, and the faith that she had, that Saint Jose Maria had taught. Well, she had a lot of faith in the words of Saint Jose Maria, and that we have to create these homes in the society that's so much against it these days, that we have to create this family atmosphere, that we have to provide that for the people, because a lot of people, they're deprived of it these days. So she had this vision that we had to arrive to all the corners of the earth, spreading this message of the care of the home is the most important thing, because that's like the cradle of where everybody's born. More than think I knew she was holy. You could tell just by the way she worked. Like, she did her job perfectly, and she would do the things, and she would teach us how to do them, how to put the things back in the cupboard, how to put all these little jobs. Her whole life was just all little things, but on top of that she had an ulterior motive, and she was doing it for the love of us, but for the love of God at the same time. And this love of God just, I don't know, just oozed out of her. Like, she never said anything. She never said anything like, holy, do this for God. She never said anything like that. But just by the way she did her job, it was obvious because I mean, why would you bother putting the things so tidy, or why put everything away when you should? I mean, just do it later. No, so she realised that God wanted her to do that now. I ask Dora favours every day. Every day I'm always asking her for things, especially things like when I'm working. For example, if I'm in the kitchen, it happened to me one time. I was in the kitchen, and we were having guests for lunch, and I had something in the oven, and it was supposed to be finished cooking, and it still wasn't cooked, and it still wasn't cooked. I'm like, Dora, please do something. So the guests arrived 15 minutes late, and I had perfectly enough time to get out of the oven and to get on the table with time. So that was just a simple thing, but she does things like that all the time, for me anyway.